Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my messy desk. For today's video, I wanted to make a bunch of, I wanted to finish up a bunch of little minis that I started the other night, which actually was New Year's Eve. And yeah, so I had a couple of, these are Claritin boxes. This I think was Benadryl, or the store brand equivalent box, and this is makeup box. So let's just jump right into it. I have block, you guys, and it took me a while to even figure out that I had block. So it's just a weird. It's a weird feeling for me to even, realize. It was just strange to realize that I even have block. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is to just push through. Yeah. So like I said, this I want to make a bunch of minis. I know one of them I'm gonna keep, probably this one, because I feel like this is a good size. These ones, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them. Probably give them away, and I will tell you guys about that as I get into it. But since these two, since I have covers, or the beginning of a cover for those two, let me figure out a cover for these. So what I think I want to do is use a napkin. I've narrowed it down to 3. I was trying to look for napkins that I haven't used, which is really easy because I've got a ton of them that I haven't really used. But this one I've actually used, but not as a cover, I don't think. I think I've just used it in one of my pages. And so I feel like that's pretty. I really like this one. I mean, I just love how simple the colors are, and it's like the perfect size, but I don't know how, like, these, brown colors are gonna show up against, with these in the background, with these two colors in the background. I don't know, but I really want to use it. I mean, let's just use it. Let me just use it. I mean, why not, right? Why not? It's the perfect size. It's the perfect, like, everything. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I mean, I might not even keep this. So, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to, be brave, be bold. It's not really that brave. It's not really that bold. So, yeah, I have block, you guys. It's really a weird feeling to have, because I've never really had it. I don't normally get blocked. I mean, I'm constantly thinking about art, even when I'm not doing art. Like, even if I don't, do anything artistic for like months, which has happened. I'm always thinking of, what's next? What can I do next? What do I want to do? And, writing my ideas down that I want to do. But I don't know. I try to paint every day, actually. Like, if you follow my Instagram, which nobody does, there's like 5 of you guys watching. But if you follow actually that actually looks pretty, now that I see that. But yeah, if you follow my Instagram, let me see what it looks like on the, it looks nice there too. But I feel like this is the one. That's the one. So let's do this one first. If you watch my Instagram for the 3rd time, where are my paintbrushes? Here we go. So I put, oh no, that brush is ruined. I don't have any big brushes left that I haven't ruined. Maybe this one. It's not really big, but I feel like it's big enough. That one's softer. That one I used to use for, I think I used to use that one for watercolor, but I didn't really like it as a watercolor brush, so it got demoted to a brush that I didn't really care about if I ruined it. So this is the perfect size napkin too. So I'm gonna cut this, I guess. So just hang out with me, you guys. You're not gonna learn anything, new from me today or ever. But I'm just really needing to get out of this rut that I'm in, artistic rut. I wouldn't say that it's a rut because I am making art. And I know I'm trying to cut this, let me just tear it. Oh no! Okay. Oh gosh, see, I'm a mess. That's the problem. That is my problem. I'm just a mess right now. All around mess, y'all. Okay, here we go. Anyway, yeah, for the 50th time, if you follow my Instagram, I paint every day. I paint, a watercolor every morning if I can. And I post it on my Instagram. And, while I do my morning ritual, my coffee, I usually paint something small, a little landscape, a little still life. And that's helped me a lot. I've been doing that for a couple months now, and that's really helped me a lot to kind of stay in. There goes my puppy. Ah, there goes my dog. As I was saying, I paint every day, and it's been good for me, and it does really keep me in an art creating state of mind, a creative state of mind. I actually get anxiety, on the days that I don't. If I'm having a late morning and I can only get my coffee in real quick, and I don't really have the time to get a quick sketch in or anything like that, I actually end up having anxiety that day. I feel like something's off. I didn't start out my day right. But lately, I want to say for the past couple of weeks, I've just been feeling like I'm kind of doing it just because that's what I do every day, and I'm not really, I don't want to say I'm not really enjoying myself. I just feel, I feel stuck. I'm not really happy with I'm okay with the art that I'm actually making, but I'm not feeling excited about, what I'm gonna do next, or I don't feel I look at my reference photos of what am I gonna do next, and I don't like anything, or I like them but I don't want to do them. I don't know. It's so weird, you guys. It really is. It is the strangest thing, because like I said, I've never gone through that before. So I think the thing to do then is just to kind of stop painting then. Not stop painting altogether, but just change up my morning ritual. Maybe it's becoming too routine, maybe I need a break. Maybe I'm kind of watercolor burnt out, which is weird because I really, really love watercolor. That is the love of my life, basically. When it comes to anything artistic, I do love junk journaling. At this point now, I can't live without junk journaling, but I don't love it as much as I love watercolor. As when I started doing watercolor a few years ago, that's all I want to do. But I do know that I need, I don't know, I guess I need my brain to recharge a little bit. And I do go through periods of, you know, not painting, sometimes for months. So it's not like, you know, it's not like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, so this one is ready to just dry. And for this one, I think, I don't know, how about this? That's kind of pretty. Let me take a sip of my tea here. So yeah, and if you're new to my channel, or not, I'm gonna apologize for all the pauses that I have to take because of my dogs. They love to bark. I'm actually heating up some blankets for them right now. It is their nap time, so hopefully I will get some peace and quiet soon. So yeah, I really need to go get my other scissors, and it's just right there in the other room. And I'll go get them in a minute. Let me glue this down first. Yeah, and then speaking of my dogs barking, you guys, like I kind of figured out why my neighbors stopped saying hi to me. I used to think it was because of, you know, how loud my dogs bark. Maybe they thought like, oh, they're so inconsiderate. You know, they need to shut their dogs up. Their dogs bark too much. Like, I think it's something else, y'all. And I'm going to tell you what that is. So, like, I know my dog's barking, that does have something to do with why I think my neighbors don't like me anymore. But let me just tell you, my neighbors are really nice. They have a beautiful golden retriever. The first day that I moved in, or the second day that I moved in, they came over and introduced themselves. Really, really nice people. You know, told me if I ever needed anything to don't hesitate to knock on their door, you know. Gave me some advice about, you know, the neighborhood and where to go and all that stuff. So they're really nice, right? Ran into them a few times at the dog park, you know, with my dogs. Our dogs like each other. So we were always saying hello, you know, chatting about the weather here and there. And then I noticed a couple months ago that they stopped saying hi to me. And at first I thought, like I said, I thought it was because of how loud my dogs were, but they just don't seem like the kind of people that would be uncomfortable with, you know, coming over and saying, you know, I'm really sorry, but your dogs are loud, you know, can you do something about it? I really don't think that, you know, they would hesitate to do that. And I really don't think that they would mind about, you know, my dogs barking anyway. They're dog people, right? So, I'm just going to put that down any old way. This room, this art room, is right next to their, like, carport, you know? And my dogs are constantly, like, I'm always in here, you know, making art. Not so much lately, but, you know, I'm in here a lot. And the dogs are always in here, especially if my husband's not home, because, you know, they're hanging out with me. And so they get to barking, and sometimes to get their attention, like, I don't scream at them, because I know some people, when their dogs bark, they're like, you know, shut the F up. You know, I am just, my dogs are spoiled. They're my babies, you know. If you watch my channel, you know that by now. These dogs are like my life, basically. But they're really, they bark and they go hysterical. Like, there's Mouser right now. That's not a bark. That's like a huff. But yeah, they bark and they go nuts, and they get to where they are, like, in the zone of, like, they can't control themselves, you know, from the barking. And, like, sometimes I will not yell at them to stop barking, but to get their attention, I will, like, kind of, you know, like, talk to them in a weird voice, like, you know, you guys, or like I'll even cuss because I'm, you know, my dad was a sailor. I use a lot of curse words. I'm trying to stop. I've been trying to stop for years, but I'm sorry. Sometimes it just feels good just to say the F word. I'm sorry, it does. I wish it didn't because it's so bad. It's such a horrible habit. But anyway, so once in a while, I'm like, I'll make like a funny voice. Like sometimes it's like a high pitched voice, like, you know, like, you guys need to be quiet. Like just because it gets their attention, you know, because that's not my voice. Or I'll be like, you dogs need to shut the F up. Like, you know, like, but I'm joking with my dogs, you know, to get their attention. And I want to say for the most part it works, but I think that's the reason why. They either think I'm crazy, you know, they probably think like, my God, this woman is nuts. We're scared of her. I'm not even gonna say hi to her. Don't even want to engage with this woman. She's crazy. So it's either that or they hear me cussing, you know, and the funny voices that I use to tell them to be quiet, and they probably think like, she's a bad person. She cusses at her dogs. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go heat up my tea while these dry and pick out the paper for the signatures, and I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, so while that was drying, while these two were drying, and they're not all the way dry, but they're dry enough right now for me to feel comfortable picking them up and moving them around. Anyway, I used the rest of this napkin for the inside of this little one. This one, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's got that glossy kind of, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it like that and staple something or staple some, you know, I don't know. I'll come back to that. I wouldn't recommend this, it's called, not luminizer. I know it says luminizer, this highlighter. I would not recommend this, by the way. I think it's overpriced for what it is. Yeah. I was thinking about doing a makeup dedicated video, eventually. Not really showing how to do makeup. I mean, I do makeup okay, but just I'm kind of obsessed with skincare. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but anyway, so like I said, I glued this one onto this, which may or may not have been a mistake because I usually wait to do the inside of the cover until after I've got the signatures sewn in, but I don't know. I didn't feel like waiting. I just felt like doing. So that's going to dry, and let's put that over there. I've got a bunch of my papers here, and some leftover paper bags from my paper bag junk journal. If you watched that video, oh my goodness. Okay, I really need to get my act together, you guys. I really do. Like, I'm not just saying that to be funny. I really need to get my act together. I don't know. I'm in a funk, you guys. I'm in, like, actually, maybe this isn't a funk. Maybe this is just, you know, me. You know, maybe this is the real me. So I've got all of this. Some of this is, you know, paper from some pads that I bought. I think this is some Greek pages, some ledger paper. It is just as random as can be. And yeah, and you know, that's the way it's gonna have to be. Okay, so I was actually going to start cutting up, you know, all my papers so that I could get my signatures ready, but actually I think I was jumping the gun a little bit, because I think the best thing to do would be to finish up the inside before. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do. And I kept these tabs, these two tabs that were part of the box, like you know, just part of the box, just because I feel like once I glue in, I'm gonna make a hidden spine, and once I glue that in, it'll be nice to be able to secure it with these tabs, I think. I don't know. Just thought that was a good idea. You know, that may be the dumbest idea you've ever heard of, but I thought it was a good one when I thought of it. Anyway, yeah, I keep saying, like, to play a drinking game and just, like, you know, get yourself a good buzz going by every time I say, oh, there's something wrong with me, I've got a problem, you know. But I do. I'm just stuck. And I think this is a good way to, you know, get unstuck, which is to change things up a little bit. It's been a while since I, you know, made a junk journal. So yeah, now that I've got my scissors, I can trim this down. It's gonna make life easier for me. So, oh, you know what we started binge watching? My husband and I started binge watching that show. Tell me if you watch it. Leave me a comment if you watch this show. That show called Stranger Things. It's on Netflix. And I had heard about it, you know, when it first came out, the first season was released. I had heard about it, and I had, you know, been hearing about it for the past year, and I never really watched it because I thought it was for kids, you know. I was like, oh, this is a kids show. I don't want to watch it. And I mean, I do think it's okay for kids, like maybe like if you're like an older kid who doesn't scare easily, you know, like maybe 10, 11, because it is kind of scary. But yeah, it's really good. If you haven't seen it and you've got Netflix, you have to start watching it. We love it. I mean, I don't really like to watch scary movies or scary shows, because I just get really horrible nightmares. I mean, I should tell you guys some of the nightmares that I get. One of these days, maybe one day, I'll do like a Halloween thing. You know, Halloween's a ways away from us right now. I feel like Halloween was just yesterday, but anyway, one of these days, I'll do like a Halloween kind of themed video. And I'll tell you guys some of this. I just get the scariest, horrible nightmares. Like horrible nightmares, you know, when I do have them. So I try not to watch anything that will scare me. I mean, I used to really love scary movies, you know, Exorcist, you know, The Omen, all those, you know, really like demon scary kind of movies, because those are the ones that scare me. Like ghosts and like, you know, like evil, it scares the crap out of me, those kinds of movies. Like movies like about zombies and like yeah, like zombies. I don't know, for some reason zombies get on my nerves. Like zombie movies or like zombie shows, I don't know, but like movies like about evil or like ghosts, you know, stuff like that, serial killers, that kind of stuff, like scares the crap out of me. That is looking really nice. Now that I like. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm liking that a lot. So is this dry? Actually, I'm not gonna do anything more with that. I think I'm just gonna work on these two today. So yeah, and actually they're already kind of dry. Well, at least this one is. I got water all over it. But I'm kind of not liking the way this is looking. What should I do before I put the signatures in? What should I do? I feel like I need to do, I normally like to work on the cover after I've, oh, that looks nice, that's cute. I like to work on the cover like after it's all done, but I just feel like, I don't know. As much as I like it, at the same time, it's like it's too pinky purple. So I feel like I need to do something to it. I don't really feel like I want to paint over it, but, and I feel like every time I've got an issue with something, I just put gold paint over it and then, you know, call it a day, which is probably what I should do, but do I like this with it? Let's try it in a corner here. See what that looks like. I am so running out of this paint, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. So, I don't know. Let's see about getting some of this in different spots. That's going to make me feel better. I probably should have used gel medium since I'm, you know, painting on it now, but I'm just going to use my fingers here. Yeah, that's making me feel a little better. I don't know. I feel like that's making it a little bit less sweet, you know, because I do like that color, just it was too much, you know, it's too much pinky purple. Too much of a good thing is too much sometimes. I mean, sometimes more is more, you know. I get annoyed when I hear people say, no, less is more. No, sometimes more is more, but I think in this case, for that color, less is more. So, okay, well, that is making me feel better, right? What can I do now? This is like a shimmer spray. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's really subtle, but it might not even, you know, once it's dry, it might not even. But that's looking kind of nice. So, so yeah, let me let that dry a little bit. This one, I don't know. Do I want to put something on it too? Maybe we'll try some like pearl, like, you know, since we're on the metallics, maybe we'll do some pearl. I wanted to use my, like it's like liquid, almost acrylic ink consistency paint that I have, but, and I didn't want to use this because it takes forever to dry, but, maybe we'll put it in, you know, if I'm just rubbing it in, maybe it will, oh God, that looks so nice. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? That is so pretty. So I just want to put it here and there, just to give it something for now. Like I said, I really should have used gel medium instead of Mod Podge, but gel medium is expensive, and I'm always like, you know, when I see people on YouTube using it like as a glue, like just as a straight up glue, I'm just like, oh my God, no, it's so expensive, you know? Because it is. I mean, it's not like, you know, jewelry expensive, but it's expensive enough for me not to want to use it as a glue. I'll just put it that way. I love how it's, you know, like the folds in the napkin are just kind of like picking it up. And, okay, so that's nice. That looks nice. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I feel like I like this even more than I like this now. So, but that is, yeah, that is looking much better. I feel like that's looking much better. I'm gonna have to let that dry big time because that spray got it all wet.